Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to this live. Is my audio and video okay? Hello, Caitlin. Welcome. Caitlin says, Hi, Grand Rising from NY. Yes, thank you for the confirmation, Caitlin. I'm so happy to have you here. Hello, Monique. Okay, it is morning at your place. Wonderful. Welcome. Oh, wow. iPic is here. Wow. Yeah, I'm just taken by surprise and I'm so happy to have you here, IPIC. It is wonderful that, I am just so grateful for your presence. Thank you for joining in. I hope that you enjoyed today's session. I see one more familiar face here. I think Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Welcome. Um, and I think there are some new people here as well. So, is there anyone who is joining us for the first time? Or have you been here in my previous lives? Because we have been doing this Wheel of Wisdom series for a while now, and this is our 37th session, I think. So we started this, January at the start of this year, and I'm so happy that we have come so far, and all of you have decided to come back in each lives. Monique says, yes, it's my first time from NC. Wonderful. I am so happy that, this was going on your screen, Monique, and you felt, called to just, tap onto this live. And I hope that you received the guidance that wants to come through in relation to whatever is going on in your life today. Okay. So, let me tell you a little bit about, how this goes. But before that, just two lines about me. So, my name is Anisha Maheshwari, and I have been on Insight Timer for more than 2.5 years now as a teacher. And yeah, it has been an amazing journey. I have, I think, 30 plus tracks here on Insight Timer and seven courses here. If you would like to check out my content, you can always check that out. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. About this live. So, how this goes is the name of this live is Wheel of Wisdom. So, of course, we have a wheel. So, what we do is that we have a wheel. On that wheel, there are names of some randomly chosen books. So, we currently have 31 books on that wheel, and those were randomly chosen from all of the books that I've read in the past 8 years on my own transformation journey. So, what I do is that all of the names of those books are on that wheel. So, we spin that wheel, and then the wheel just magically chooses a book for us to read from today. And yeah, and we and the space is that space where we are just open to receive that guidance, because I believe that universe is speaking to us, at all times. Universe, consciousness, God, whatever you want to call it. So that is speaking to us all of that, all the time. But it's just us who are, having that wall of resistance or that wall of ignorance, and we are not able to receive that. So in this space, our just one intention, our pure intention is that to hold space for whatever wants to arise to come through, and we are going to be receptive to that. We are going to receive that, and if possible, apply that to whatever is going on in your life. So just taking an action step based on that wisdom that we receive. So what we do is that we do a meditation to get into that space, to open ourselves, to settle ourselves, and then we spin the wheel. It chooses a book for us. Then what I do is that so as I was reading these books, I have noted down the powerful insights or the transformative exercises from these books. So in one place, so what I do is that I open that particular notes and I close my eyes. I set an intention and tune into my intuition as I scroll down the pages with my eyes closed until I feel like this is a section, this is a section from which everyone present here needs to hear. So until I feel that, I keep on scrolling. And when I get to that section, we read that particular piece of wisdom. And yeah, we discuss about that and things just flows from there. So maybe we can choose another book or maybe another paragraph from the same book. So things just flows, from that point. So that is what we do in these lives. And as I said, we usually start with the meditation to just, get into that right state of being, to tune into that higher frequency, to receive the wisdom, to receive the higher wisdom. So, are you guys ready for the meditation? Type ready in the comments if you are. Okay, Leslie is ready. Ipik is ready. Caitlin is ready. Wonderful. Jen is ready. Hello, Jen. Welcome. I'm so happy that you decided to tune in. Okay. So I will drink some water and I invite you guys also to just um do whatever you need to settle in. You can drink some water, you can find a quiet place, whatever you want to do. Monique says, ready, set, let's go. Wonderful. Love the enthusiasm. Caitlin says, lighting my incense. Wow. What is the smell of that? Is it of any particular smell, Caitlin? Yeah, just getting into that state environmentally also. So take your time. Leslie says, I burned some Palo Santo earlier. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Caitlin says, hey, hey, cherry. Yes. Mm. Pretty, spring-like. Okay. So begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can either sit, stand, or lie down, whatever feels most comfortable to you. As you begin to settle into this posture, allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable to you. And if not, then you can always lower your gaze, looking downward 2 or 3 feet in front of you, just to limit visual distraction. With your eyes closed or with your gaze lowered, becoming aware of the sounds around you. You might notice the sound of the wind, or maybe someone else is speaking something nearby. Or you might hear the sound of the traffic or the beautiful birds. Just taking your time to come into this present moment through the sense of sound. And now, as you feel connected with the environment around you, allow your attention to turn inward, becoming aware of the flow of your breath. So, noticing the air flowing into your body and out of your body. Allowing your breath to become deep and slow. Feeling the weight of the day melting away with each exhale. So, as you exhale, imagine letting go of any pressure to push through the tiredness or the tension within your body. Letting go of the pressure of any expectations you might have of yourself. You do not need to prove anything right now. You do not have to do anything else, and you don't have to be anywhere else except here. Arriving in the here and now. This meditation is especially for those who are feeling drained or exhausted and need some rest and relaxation. So, if that's the case with you, then instead of resisting the tiredness or the exhaustion, allow yourself to simply acknowledge it. So, noticing where in your body do you feel that part lives, that part which is feeling exhausted. So, finding a place within your body where that exhaustion or tiredness lives. You might notice it in the form of tension in your shoulders or your neck, or maybe in the form of heaviness in your arms or your legs. So, once you find an area within your body where that sense of exhaustion is present, taking a deep breath into that area, and as you exhale, allowing any tension or any sensation in this area to melt away. So, breathing in and out of this part of you. As you breathe in, bringing this part fresh oxygen to rejuvenate you. And as you breathe out, releasing any tension. Breathing in, filling it with energy, and breathing out, releasing any fatigue. You are doing great. So now that we have been with this area of our body where the most exhaustion was present, let's now hold our whole body in awareness for any residual feeling of fatigue. So, beginning to scan your body from the head, And as we are scanning each part, allowing or inviting each part to relax, to soften just a little bit. We are not trying to get rid of anything. All we are trying to do is to be with each part of our body and to allow that part to release anything that it no longer needs. So, bringing your awareness to your forehead, allowing the muscles to relax, allowing the muscles around your eyes to relax, releasing any tension from the jaw, allowing all your facial muscles to loosen just a little bit, softening your neck, allowing your shoulders to drop back, allowing your chest to expand just a little bit more with each breath. Letting your stomach be loose, releasing anything that you are holding in your stomach, relaxing your hips, allowing the muscles in your leg to relax all the way down to your feet. And now, with your whole body relaxed, feeling yourself being supported by the surface beneath you, feeling supported by Mother Earth, allowing yourself to take some deep breaths with the inhale, filling your whole body with fresh oxygen. with the exhale, melting away any residual tension or fatigue into the surface beneath you. Inhaling rejuvenation and exhaling any fatigue. And as you continue to breathe deeply in this manner, allow yourself to be receptive to the affirmations that I am now going to say. So feel free to either listen to them and let them sink deeply, or to repeat them after me. I deserve to rest. My body knows how to restore itself when I allow it to. Rest is not a luxury, it is necessary, and I allow it. Allowing these affirmations to sink in and replace any guilt or resistance associated with resting. Knowing that you are allowed to rest, you are worthy of care, and if you are still feeling depleted, then know that this energy will return in its own time. Your energy will return in its own time. In the meantime, just giving yourself permission to rest and just be. And whenever you are ready to come back, you can bring your awareness back to the sounds around you. Connecting back with the environment around you, with the sense of sound, and allowing yourself to gently Open your eyes, looking around this room, finding yourself back in this space. And if you feel like you can wiggle your fingers or your toes, or maybe stretch your body, or even hydrate yourself, giving yourself and your body whatever you need in this moment. Welcome back. Namaste, Ipek. So, if you feel called to, you can share about your experience of the meditation in the comments. And if you don't feel like typing, you can always press the heart here to let me know that the meditation resonated with you. Because I understand after the meditation, not everyone feels like typing, so that's okay as well. Thank you. And welcome anyone who joined us in the meditation while we were doing the meditation. I am grateful for your presence, and I want to let you know that this is just one part of our life. We are yet to tap into the wisdom. So, let me read the comments. So, while we were meditating, Madeline joined us. Hello, Madeline. Welcome. So, she says hi to Caitlin, IPEC, and everyone else. Welcome to the space, Madeline. And I'm so happy that we have two teachers here today. One is Caitlin. As always, I'm so grateful for her presence. And another one is IPEC, who I feel so inspired by. I love her meditations. So, guys, if you are interested in crocheting and mindful crocheting or just chit chatting, then Caitlin does that in her lives. So you're welcome to check that out. I love hanging out in her lives whenever I can. And if you are interested in going on a wonderful, visualization journey and a lot of other meditations also, then you can check out IPEC's profile. She has the most amazing meditation, and I'm just so mesmerized by her meditations every time. Um, Caitlin says, lovely Anisha and friends, beautiful experience. At the beginning, I had a losing game of keep away with the dog. Lol, she was so happy. Oh, I am happy listening that, she's having the time of her life, she's enjoying this beautiful day. Um, and I hope that happiness continues and it spreads, in the whole environment around her. You're welcome, Caitlin. Uh, and a hug back to you. And IPIC says, it is a pleasure to be here with you all. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to have you here, IPIC. Really, thank you. Okay, so guys, now we are going to move on to the fun part because I love spinning the wheel and stuff. So yeah, I call it the fun part. But before we tap in, I usually invite people to share in the comments that Caitlin says, woohoo, time for games. Yeah. I so enjoy that. And I see Caitlin, you too. And many people, I think, enjoy the spin. So, yeah, I'm grateful that this, concept just dropped into my head. Um, okay, yeah, I was saying that I invite you to share um, anything that is going on in your life that you would like some guidance on. So you don't need to go into the specifics. You can always just share the, general theme of it, or maybe the area of your life in which you would like to receive some guidance on, receive some wisdom on, clarity on. So yeah, so I will wait for 1 minute before we spin the wheel. Um, so that you can think about it and share that in the comments, because I think that, sharing serves many purposes. It helps us gain a clarity as to what has been occupying our attention these days, what has been the dominant thing in our minds. And it is also a way to declare it to the universe and to also let the magic unfold, because it is always fun to see, when the exact paragraph or the exact book for that topic comes up when you mention it. Um, and the third way is to share, just share, your struggles, because it just lightens your heart and it lets everyone else know that, they are not alone in their suffering, and there's some other person also who feels like this or who is struggling with this. Okay, so we have a comment. Leslie says, without going all woo woo, it's been a pretty heavy climate here, feeling a bit off with my connection. Oh, I really hope that, that connection gets reinstored, Yeah, weather is never in our control. So just trusting it, just trusting and hoping that this happens. And if it doesn't, then just being with whatever the reality is, because it is something out of our control. So just making the best out of it in whatever way that, our mind can come up with. Leslie says the connection is always there, but there is something else barking in the rafts. Um, okay. I have to search what is a raft, because yeah, I'm not that good in English, so I accept that. I'm just going to search what do you mean by it. Um, give me a minute, guys. Practice patience. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, okay, that is an expression. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that is kind of a language barrier sometimes. But thank you for clarifying that. Okay. Yeah, so I hope everything goes well for you, Leslie. Really. Ah, okay, and if you don't want to mention any specific thing, then you can always, just type that I'm open to receive whatever wants to come through today or for this week. Caitlin says, let's see. Today I'm open to receiving any guidance today. I have an internal climate of slight cloudiness today too. A lot of climate coming up, guys. A kind of heaviness and resistance in my mood. Hmm. Yeah, we have that those days as well when we are not feeling that sunny and shiny. And yeah, let's see, what comes up for it. Let's see what comes up in terms of maybe the climate, our internal climate, or the external one. Let's see. So thank you for sharing that, Caitlin. And I hope that the lightness, um, of the mood that your dog is experiencing just, get transmitted to you in some way. Irene says, good morning, all. Good morning, Irene. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Um, Irene says, I'm sick with the cold but trying to rest. I'm sending you some healing energy, Irene. And I hope that you can, soon just be able to breathe easily. And guys, if you feel like it, you can always, press the heart and just share that healing energy with Irene as well, just sending some her way. Or, yeah. And by the way, this reminds me, Irene, I also have a meditation on cold. So if you are up for it, you can check out my profile. There is a meditation on cold. You might find it in one of my popular tracks. So it is a very popular one. So I hope that that gives you some relief. And thank you guys for sending so many hearts. It is always lovely to be in this amazing community. Wow, so much love for you, Irene. Let's see. Leslie says Mercury in retrograde just finished, and we just went into Aries, which is a very intense sign. So there is the woo. Okay, okay, okay. So this was the woo-woo that you weren't mentioning. Thank you for sharing that. I don't understand that much of the astro talk, astrology talk. But yeah, I have heard about like us entering into the Aries. So thank you for sharing that. I would, I guess, check it out now that I'm interested. There are so many teachers, always on Insight Timer in the lives, talking about the stuff, so I can always learn about it. Let's see. Sarah says, "Good morning, nice to be here. Battling severe back pain." Yeah, I hope that Sarah, I really wish some of the healing to Sarah and anyone else who is here, battling through any sort of physical pain or difficulty. And I hope that you all heal soon, your body gets the rest that it needs, gets the nourishment, and it recovers soon. Yeah, Lucia as well. Migraine tough. You're welcome, Sarah. Okay, let's see some of the comments and then we will spin the wheel. Caitlin says, I think I'm bummed. I can't open my windows because it got chilly again. That's the part of it. That's part of it. Yes, playing with dogger was awesome. Yeah, Caitlin, I remember, in one of in one of the previous lives we came up with that action step for you that opening your windows every morning, and that was really you were really loving that. So yeah, it is a bummer. So maybe Caitlin, what can be the next best thing? What did you enjoyed about opening your window? Was it the view? Was it the fresh air? Was it the warmth? And what can be another way of tapping into that? So maybe share that in the comments. And I hope that that would help you feel a little bit more lighter and better soon in terms of your mood. Let's see. Irene says, thank you. Yeah, it's progressing. It's been 3 days. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's helpful because deep breathing makes me cough right now. Yeah, I understand that, it is so difficult to breathe while we are, breath is always the best anchor and the most popular one. But yeah, we can shift on to other anchors. So as far as I remember, I haven't included the breathing part in that because I actually recorded that very meditation while I was having the cold. So I really wanted to give you like the really connected experience. So I haven't included anything that might cause you any difficulty, but you can always, choose another anchor uh, to help you feel more in the present moment or whatever you want to feel centered. So maybe just choosing the sensations of the support beneath you. That is a wonderful, anchor. Let's see. Leslie say, I can feel your pain, Irene. Um, and take care of yourself. Okay, literally. Okay. Yeah, so Leslie, are you also having the cold right now? Oh my God, so many people are having difficulty with this. If I had known, I would have did a meditation on that, something like mindfulness of pain or something. I do have I did a meditation in one of my previous lives. I will mention the number in my group. I don't remember it, so I have to check it and then I will mention it. So I have a group on Insight Timer, Wonderful Beings. So you can join the group and I will mention it there in which particular session I did that. And you can access the recording of that particular live. And you can do the meditation for it if you are up for it, if you feel like it, then we can do that. So let me know if you would like that. And yeah, I will then I will share that number. I will look it up and share that number because I haven't I am planning to. I'm still editing the meditations we have done in the previous lives. And there are a lot of meditations. Like I have done 54 meditations up until now. So it will take time to get released on Insight Timer, but you can always access the recordings. Um, so now that it came up, I will mention how you can do so. The way to access the recording of these lives, and this one is also getting recorded, is to go to my profile. In the About section, you will see a link tree. So you can go to the link tree, you will see Wheel of Wisdom replays. And I have numbered each and every one of live. So if you want, I can look it up and share which particular in which particular session I did that meditation, in relation to pain. And yeah, you can, check that particular recording out. So I will just quickly read through the comments and then we will do the spin because it has been 45 minutes and we haven't done any reading till now. Okay, so Caitlin says, a teacher I know of here, Kareem Rushdie, has tracks about chronic pain and conditions and mindfulness and things for all the friends in some kind of pain. Thank you so much for sharing that, Caitlin. Yeah, it is always lovely that you have all these connections and you keep on sharing the right people for the right thing. So thank you. Caitlin says, I like the smell of the fresh air and breeze. So I guess I gotta go out and do my food shopping, which is what I also mentioned about resting. Haha. Which is what I also mentioned about resisting. Haha. Okay, resisting. Yeah, so maybe it doesn't have to be like going for the food shopping. You can just take a tiny step. So just, maybe stepping out for something else if you need to, not just the food shopping, maybe you need to do something outside the house. And yeah, that just brings up less resistance. And I know you mentioned the cold, so maybe you can get dressed up and do something else which brings less resistance, and yeah, and just go out because that is something that you need right now. So honoring that need and giving yourself that in the smallest way possible. You don't have to do something that brings up a lot of resistance. Just make it easy for yourself. Irene says, yes, Caitlin, bundle up, and then the heat of clothes will push you outside. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, take that advice, just dress up in the most comfy and, warm clothes and go outside. Hmm. Okay, Leslie says, back pain, it's ongoing. Leslie mentioned back pain a few lives ago. I hope that you heal soon, Leslie. Okay, guys, now it's time for some fun. We have done a lot of chit chat today, which I always love. But let's also, tap onto the wisdom. Okay, so let me open the wheel. Hmm. So, guys, this is the wheel, and it has 31 books. And let's see what book wants to come through today. You can hold in your mind whatever you need guidance on today as I spin this wheel. Okay. So the book that came up for us today is The Self Acceptance Project, and the book is written by Tami Simon. And this book, as far as I remember, like it was so vibrant and it has the most amazing pieces of wisdom. So I'm really excited to see what will come through from this book. So let's open this book and see. Irene says, yep. Irene got the message of self acceptance from the very title, I guess. Hmm. So the full title of this book is The Self Acceptance Project: How to Be Kind and Compassionate Towards Yourself in Any Situation. Irene says, yeah, I was thinking self acceptance, lol. Yeah, that quote of, I don't know who gave that quote, but the essence of that quote is always like the first step towards change is acceptance. So, yeah, let's begin with acceptance. Acceptance of your reality, no matter how pleasant it is or how unpleasant it is. Okay. So, let's tap into your intuition instead of mine today. So, I invite you now to choose a number between 17 and 170. So, guys, choose a number between 17 and 170. Any number that comes in your mind. Okay, Caitlin has started. Okay, so we are going to just do like maybe three or four. Okay, so three or four. Like, three or four people's choosing because we have limited time. But know that whatever number came up for these people is not just like a reading for themselves. It's about being open to whatever wisdom wants to come through, and it is not always through me, through the book, or it can always be through the comments or through what other person choose. So this is just a space and wisdom can come from anywhere else. So just being open, that is our intention for this space. So let's see what is on page number 117. So we have the top three. Let's keep this limited to top three. And then if we have time, we can like I can again invite you to choose a number again. So page number 117. Let's see. Sorry, 115. Yeah. Irene says, huh, she said 115, not 117. I did mispronounce that. 117 right now. But initially, I asked you to choose a number between 17 and 170, 170. Okay, let's see what is on page number 115. Okay, it is just a very short 3 or 4 lines. So the author says in his book, sorry, in his poem, Driftwood, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote, if we could read the secret history of our enemies, we should find in each man's life sorrow and suffering enough to disarm all hostility. In other words, if we were to truly listen to our enemies' suffering, they would no longer be our enemy. there's this thing that, compassion always arises from suffering. Like, when I also share, when I also mention, like, share about whatever you are going through. So that that knowing that, the other person also suffers in some way, or they have suffered in, at some other time with some other life area of theirs, sorry, brings us so much compassion for others as well as for ourselves in a way, because we realize that it's not that that something is wrong with me, but it's simply a human nature, and that presence of suffering alone is is enough for compassion. So I don't need to do anything to deserve that care, that kindness and compassion. I don't need to be anyone to deserve that. I right now, whoever I am, I am deserving of that compassion just because of the fact that I am suffering, and that is enough. Caitlin says, now I'm super curious about 117, lol. Yeah, actually, I also got very curious. I was about to say that I am going to do 117 as well, because I that was the same thought in my mind that it came. So a message wants to come through from that page. Irene says, lol, Caitlin's gonna have to buy that book. Yeah, you're welcome to buy that book, if you relate to that, if you resonate to that, resonate with the way the author expresses, then yeah, I invite you to buy these books. They are amazing. Irene says 111 is your pick, Alicia, is for a reason. Yeah, exactly. It is for a reason. It came up for a reason. Caitlin says those were some powerful lines about wearing the other shoes, though powerful. Yeah, exactly. The lines highlighted, compassion for others, but something in me said to talk about compassion for ourselves. I don't know why, but yeah, that's why I spoke through. But thank you for bringing my attention to that, element of compassion for others as well. So, when I guide anyone through the work of forgiveness, or, or anger, or, any of that stuff in relation to other person, it is a common practice to help them understand the perspective of other person, to help them understand the condition of that other person. And it is not always easy, that empathy part is not always easy, because and that okay, now I get it. Now I get it, why it's something in me wanted to talk about compassion for yourself first. So as I said, it is not always easy to feel the compassion for other person, and by understanding their perspective. It's because you are yourself drowning in that pain or that unpleasant emotion that is just so overwhelming for you. So it always begins by having compassion for yourself, for having to go through that anger or hurt or whatever it was. And then when you feel like your needs are met and you have been cared for, and that reaction is, not overpowering, and then you can turn your attention to what that other person, why did they did that, or what is the perspective, or what is their story, what is their side of the story and everything. Then is when, we can move on to that compassion for others element. Bella says, hola Anisha and crew, I am late but not. Yeah, so you have learned it. Every time Bella joins late, which I understand because of the time zones and everything. Yeah, I always say that, Bella, you are at the right time because this is the time you were supposed to join in. So yeah, she has learned that. I'm happy. I'm happy to see you saying that. Um, okay, Caitlin says, I said powerful twice. Haha, it was impactful. Yes, it was definitely impactful for the powerful term to come multiple times. It must have made an impact on your subconscious in some way, Caitlin. Okay, Irene says, yeah, and it helps if both of us and them feel validated. It heals connection fast, forgiving a bit. Exactly, exactly, before moving on to other person, before being able to see that, you know, their sides of the story, we need to give ourselves that validation. We need to validate those emotions and we need to give ourselves the care and everything that we need. And then only we can switch gears and, see things from the other side, from their side as well. Okay, thank you for the hearts, guys. It's always lovely to see that you're resonating with what I'm speaking and what is being said here in the comments by the amazing community. Okay, so now we are going to move to page number 117 as it magically came up. It magically came up twice. Okay, I need to drink some water. My tongue is stumbling now. I love it when you guys, press the hearts when I am taking a pause, when I'm drinking water. It just kind of reinforces it for everyone and it gives me permission in a way to take a pause, to care for myself, to hydrate. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And I see you. Thank you. Okay, Irene says, Bella, I read your profile. What's a bruja? I don't want to close this to look it up. Okay, yeah, Bella, you can, share with all of us what is in your profile. Mhm. Um, okay, I'm going to have a difficulty pronouncing this beautiful name. So you can correct me if I'm wrong, mention the phonetics. But Claudia, is it Claudia? Uh, so she is. Okay, yep. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was really hesitating with the name there, but it is a beautiful name. So, yeah, she is sending hearts and smileys and a namaste. This reminds me, it is like a very common thing to say namaste in India. Um, we usually say it when we are starting a conversation. I have seen that people in the West usually say it like after at the end of the conversation or at the end of the yoga session. But yeah, so I had been doing like this all my life. And yeah, it was like only recently when I learned the meaning of namaste, which was like so amazing. So what I learned was that when we like do namaste or when we like do this, then it is like, we are saying that I bow down to the divine within you. So it's like I am not seeing the person or the personality or everything. I'm just seeing the soul or the divine in the person in front of me who I am saying namaste to. So yeah, it was pretty amazing. And now each time I do that, I know the meaning behind it and I do it with that intention. Irene says beautiful. Yeah, the meaning is so beautiful. And I just felt like sharing that with you guys. Okay, let's move on to page number 117 now. Okay, let's see. Okay. The author says, to begin with, what do you mean? What do we mean by self and acceptance? So, like the title is self acceptance of this book. So, the author says, what do we mean by self and acceptance? When we talk about self, we are up on the surface. That's our particular personality and situation. When I can drop down to the depth of the sea under those waves of thought and emotion, then I am in a place where myself connects with all self. I think that's what meditation does. It allows us to be who we are in the context of all being. Every tradition has a name for this. It's atman in Hinduism or atma, dharma in Buddhism, the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit in Christianity, and the indwelling presence of God in Judaism. When we connect from that deeper self, it's a rougher, more turbulent, more turbulent ride. Accepting self with a capital S means accepting the part of the universe that resides in us, out of which our personality arises. I just feel, the magic here, just before I mentioned about the meaning of namaste, kind of like seeing the divine in the person in front of us, seeing the divine in that. And now we read a paragraph, you know, reinstating that in a kind of a way that, when we refer to self, it's like a part of universe or a part of whatever you want to call it resides in us. So accepting that. Caitlin says, okay, yeah, so I guess this was meant to be. This was meant to be. This page was meant. Yeah, yeah. Caitlin says this page was meant. So Caitlin said, oh my goodness, I wrote an affirmation for myself this morning saying, I trust my inner knowing and my higher self. Beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Caitlin, with all of us. Irene says, yeah, reinforcement, synchronicity, driftwood. Yeah, exactly. It is always amazing and I love it. It just kind of gives me a signal that, yeah, this is that sacred space. This is that magical space. And I can continue to trust that. Thank you for all the hearts, all the overflowing love, and sharing that excitement with me, guys. Okay, we will move on to the next page. Let's see. Okay, page number 56. And until I open that page, I want to say that if you guys are like, um, enjoying this, if you guys are getting something out of this, and if you would like to give back, if you would like to support me, keep on doing these lives a day after day and continuing these free offerings, and I would be grateful to receive your support. And the way you can support me is that you can, you know, make a donation. You might see some button here if you feel called to, of whatever amount that you can. And yeah, and I would be grateful to receive that abundance and I would, from the depth of my heart, wish you that abundance multifolds for you. Okay, we were going to page number 56. Okay. So the author says self acceptance cannot be conditional. Self acceptance is based in the here and now. It is not future oriented. If we find ourselves saying, I will be okay when dash dash dash, so I will be okay when, or I only deserve it if, so like when we put these conditions or make it future oriented, then that is not self acceptance. Our wise mind knows, or you can think of it like wisdom, knows that we are a work in progress. We are doing the best that we can, and that with compassionate support, we can grow into the person we want to be. So I'm going to like take these affirmations with me and I'm going to repeat them again for you. We are a work in progress. We are doing the best that we can, and that with compassionate support, we can grow into the person we want to be. Irene says, yeah, I am future focusing too much. I agree. Irene says, faith in self and faith in the path. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Irene, how how these words resonated with you. And yeah, Irene says faith in self, faith in path is not easy. And that's why I think compassion came in, you know, through the book, because it is mentioned that with compassionate support, we can grow into the person we want to be. So you can be on this path and trust that it is going to lead you into that version of yourself that you want to be. And all the way, just supporting yourself compassionately through it, just giving yourself the compassion whenever you feel fear coming up, whenever you feel doubt coming up. So, giving yourself that compassion that, yeah, Irene, this is not easy. It feels so difficult right now to have faith, but still, I'm going to choose to have that faith because that is going to make this process a little bit more easier than it is. Irene says self acceptance saying that we are already who we want to be. We just have desires for growth that aren't here yet. We just have desires for growth that aren't here yet. I'm just letting it just a little bit sink in before I open my mouth and say something. I feel like, instead of desire, the word opportunity is coming up, that we are already, it's, you know, to me, when you say that we are already who we are, I believe that we are that. And I guess that's why, people use the term self realization, that we are everything. We are like limitless, and we are the part of that, that consciousness, that thing that people call God. We are everything. Literally, we are everything. And we just don't know it yet. So maybe we are just looking. So we have, you know, we just have kind of forgotten it. We have just lost touch with it. So that's why we have this desire for growth. We have this desire to realize oneself as we are, to realize our potential, to be the greatest version of ourselves. So that's what came up for me when you said that, Irene. Irene says it's hard to self accept and grow for me at the same time, I think. It's pretty good. I hit send too soon. Sorry, I didn't get that part. Irene is pretty good. I hit send too soon. Caitlin says, knowing some of your story, Irene, I think it's because you are in such a big growth phase right now. Yeah, and that growth phase can be scary as well as good. You are literally growing, and uh, it's not that you are, becoming someone else, or, gaining something or like that. I see it more of like, what I mentioned, like, reconnecting with that, recalling that, um, realizing that. And that's what, so I am also a mindfulness teacher, and the term mindfulness, like I think the Pali word for mindfulness is, smriti. So it's about remembering. Its meaning is to remember, and to remember, with the one that is there, with the infinite, with the essence, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, so it's, as you mentioned, that it's hard to accept, to be who I am right now, to accept that version and to also grow at the same time. And it looks contradictory if we look at it logically. But if we will look at it from like, I don't know, from a different perspective, maybe it would feel like it is the very process, growth is the very process of accepting yourself, or of knowing yourself. Irene says soul reform. Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, that is a nice word. Jutsta says, what's your take on God's plan for us and the people he puts in our lives? Um, I think I resonated with the perspective mentioned in this book that I have been reading for the past month, like the series. So the name of this book or series is Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And I really resonated with that. So maybe if you would like, you can, just check that out, check that book out, or maybe the audiobook out. Um, yeah, because it is a big topic and it would take a lot of time to talk about it. So, yeah, Irene says, thanks, Caitlin, your memory is pure. Yeah, it is so amazing how Caitlin remembers, and she's just, Caitlin, she's a friend of everyone. I feel like that. So yeah, it is so amazing. Caitlin, you're awesome. Okay, let's see. We have one more page number left. Page number 31. Okay, let's see what is on this page number. And by the way, guys, before we do the last reading for today, I also want to share with any women present here that I'm currently giving out a gift, a complimentary coaching session with me. So if you would like to have a powerful conversation with me, if you would like to experience coaching with me, and yeah, if you would like that gift, then you can message me on Insight Timer and we can schedule that session. We can schedule that 1 hour free session for you. So, yeah, so I just started doing this in February and I have been feeling so fulfilled doing these. And I'm going to promise you one thing. Anyone who is thinking about this, anyone who is like, yeah, uh I might get in touch with Anisha, then I would promise you one thing that you are going to leave with at least one powerful insight from our sessions because every single woman I have worked with so far has left the session with something shifted in herself, a perspective shifted in herself, gaining an insight or something like that. So that is my promise to you. Bella says, Yay, I always forget, so I still have a chance to get a coaching. Yeah, Bella, you still have a chance. I'm currently continuing doing so. So yeah, as far as my schedule allows it, I'm going to continue doing that. So yeah, maybe grab onto this chance and leave a message on Insight Timer. And let me show you how you can message me in case you are not sure. Irene says, go for it, Bella. Thank you, Irene, for encouraging it. Okay. So, how you can message me is that you can go to my profile. Okay. And you can like follow me because you have to follow me to message me. So, that is not like a, you know, just a second. Yeah. So, uh, so once you like follow me, you see above the donate button, three dots appear. So, you have to click on the three dots. And when you click on the three dots, you will see message teacher option. So you can go to message teacher and message me that Anisha, I'm interested in this. Or yeah, I would love to have a session with you. And yeah, we can schedule that session whenever both of our, time allows. So thank you for all the love flowing in. Thank you so much. I missed a comment. Irene says Caitlin runs a crochet gang out live like every day. Yeah, yeah, I mentioned that, Irene. And yeah, anyone who is into crocheting or just chit chatting with Caitlin, then you can catch on her lives. They are pretty interesting. And yeah. Uh, okay, yeah, we were on a page number. Let me see. It was 31, I think. Yeah, so Sarah chose the number 31. Okay, Bella says yes, 31. Thank you for the confirmation, Bella. Irene says, yeah, I just sit there and distract her and keep her laughing. That is beautiful, spreading spreading the happiness. Wonderful, Irene. Yeah, so maybe one day I would also catch you there. I keep on dropping in her lives whenever I can. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the author says, Caitlin says, yesterday, the study was fun. Every day is fun with you, Caitlin, in the lives. Yeah. Um, okay. So the author says, when someone says, this is me, I fit this hyper empath category, I don't even know what I want in a given situation because I am so busy attending to everyone else. I explain that the work is to I explain that the work is to restore their sense of self and to start to understand their own voice, their own standpoint, and sense of what's true and important for them. That process can begin very simply. People can simply wake up each morning and while they are still groggy, ask themselves, what do I want to do today? Certainly, they may need to get ready for work, get the kids up, cook breakfast, and all of sorts of things. But when they are still groggy and not fully engaged in the day and nobody else's needs are in front of them, they can ask, what do I want to do today? And then they should do that thing because it is in doing that thing that they can discover who they truly are. Simply asking about and then meeting their own needs can start people on a path to self acceptance and self empathy. Irene says, wow, thanks, Sarah, for 31. This is absolutely resonant. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. So it is so amazing, you know. Caitlin says, whoa, yeah, that was totally touching. And that can go well with your practice, you know, Caitlin. Just like you asked just one day that, um, I don't remember the question, but yeah, the answer came up that, open the windows every morning. So, yeah, similarly asking yourself each day when you are still in that, foggy state and you're just coming back from that, dream state, you are still in that alpha state, asking yourself that what do I need? What do I want to do today? And Irene says, can you read it again if you have time? Of course, I can read it again, Irene. And by the way, guys, I also post everything that I have read in my group on Insight Timer on my little community, in my little community, which is Wonderful Beings. So the name of that group is Wonderful Beings. You can either search for it in the search box or you can go to my profile and scroll all the way down in the homepage and you will see Wonderful Beings. So I will post every reading there as well as the name of the books. Okay, I missed some messages. So Irene said, yeah, that dang dogger wanting out to get the mailman. Yeah, yeah. I remember, yeah, the doggy was, um, barking at the boards, I think, as far as I remember. And it was so lovely to have, to see her in the frame. It was amazing. Brian says some wonderful advice from an Aussie man who hopes to move to Madhya Pradesh again soon. Oh, I hope that you found your trip to India. Um, nice. I hope that that was a good trip for you. And may I ask what is the book you're reading? Of course, Brian. The name of the book is The Self Acceptance Project, and the book is by I'm going to tell you the author soon. I have to scroll all. No, okay, okay. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I will tell you the name of the author now. Yeah. So the book is by Tami Simon. Okay. And as I said, I'm going to post the readings in my group Wonderful Beings as well as the name of the book. And I do that like as soon as each of my live ends, I post the readings within like 5 or 10 minutes in that group because it usually take 1 hour for this recording, for this video recording to get uploaded in my channel. Which in case you would like to get access to the recording or the meditation, that we did at the start, which was also about like resting and rejuvenating and yeah, if you're feeling fatigued and everything. So it was about that. So what you can do is that to access the recording, again, go to my profile, go to this about section, and when you will scroll down, you will see like a link tree. So in that you will see Wheel of Wisdom, and you can access the replay of this particular video. I think the number for this is 37. So I've numbered them all. Let's see. Bella is sending some beautiful hearts. And Bella says, thanks, Irene, because I put the phone down because I'm doing some else at the same time. So I caught the end. Okay, okay. That's okay. Yeah, you can always check out the readings in the group. Brian says, thank you. You're very much welcome, Brian, and thank you for tuning in. Um, Caitlin says, oh, yeah, that was totally touching. Yeah. Okay, I will read the paragraph again since, Irene requested it and Bella also missed it. So I will do that for you guys. You are special. You all are special to me. Irene said it was about hyper empaths finding their own needs by meditating upon waking. Exactly, yeah. Asking the question to ourselves. Hmm. Okay. So when someone says, this is me, I fit this hyper empath category, I don't even know what I want in a given situation because I'm so busy attending to everyone else. I explain that the work is to restore their sense of self and to start to understand their own voice, standpoint, and sense of what's true and important for them. That process can begin very simply. People can simply wake up each morning and, while they are still groggy, ask themselves, what do I want to do today? Certainly, they may need to get ready for work, get the kids up, cook breakfast, and all those sorts of things. But when they are still groggy and not fully engaged in the day, and nobody else's needs are in front of them, they can ask, what do I want to do today? Then they should do that thing because it is in the doing that thing, because it is in doing that thing they can truly discover who they truly are. Simply asking about and then meeting their own needs can start people on a path to self acceptance and self empathy. So that was the paragraph. I hope that you got it this time. You got this one this time. Irene says beautiful and powerful passage. Yeah, it is, Irene. Thank you for sharing, how you found it. Okay, guys, so we have reached the end of this live. I have the next live day after tomorrow, on 4th April at the same time. And I would love to have each and every one of you there again. And if you found this live helpful in some way, and if you would like to give back or you would like to support me in continuing these lives and continuing these Wheel of Wisdom, series day after day, then you can support me by making a donation, by pressing some icon here. It might say donate. And yeah, that's the way to support me because, yeah, Inside Timer right now do not pay teachers to do these lives. So I'm always grateful to receive any support. And if in case you cannot, make a donation or anything, then the other way to support me is that you can simply follow me and check out my content, leave a review. Just let me know how you're finding my content. So I have like 30 plus tracks here on Inside Timer, and 50 plus tracks are going to come very soon, and maybe even more as we continue doing these lives. So yeah, you can always follow me to get notified whenever, the content come out, whenever the tracks are getting published. And I also have like 7 courses here on Inside Timer. So few are related to overcoming negative thoughts, um, and dealing with limiting beliefs. Because I'm also a psychologist, so I have like poured all of the things that I've learned into those courses and yeah, make them as comprehensive as I can. So you can always check them out if that is something that you're struggling with. And I also have few courses related to mindfulness. Like I have a whole, beginner's guide kind of a course, and you know, uh, also a course to help you deal with the monotony of everyday life without having to change your routine or anything. So yeah, you can check those courses out if you're interested by going into my profile. Thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much for the donation. I so very much appreciate it. And I really wish that this abundance that you have shared with me gets doubled and quadrupled and just blossoms in every area of your life. Irene says, I have very limited budget, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, I so appreciate any donation that you make. It doesn't have to be a big one at all. I'm so grateful to receive anything because it just makes me feel so valued that, you got something out of these lives and it touched your heart and your being in some way. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I especially appreciated that, your intention to share and to give when you are, with a limited budget. And I do believe that when we give from our heart, then that same energy of abundance, that same energy comes back to us. So I really hope that that happens for you. And I believe that that will happen to you. Irene says, thank you. It is my pleasure, Irene. Bella says, I miss donating. I will start back working soon, I hope. Yeah, that your intention just means a lot for me, Bella, that you want to, your desire means a lot. And I hope that all of these conditions align, for you, that you can give more to just give that energy to the universe. Just spread that, and that will come back to you. And yeah, and as we give, we don't have to expect that it would come back, but it is how the things work, so it will come back. So, Irene says, absolutely, if you want to, you will. Exactly. It will come, so you don't have to force it whenever you feel like it. You can always and make a donation to me, anyone or any cause or anything, whatever you want to. So yeah, thank you, says Bella. My pleasure. And thank you for all these wonderful hearts. Irene says, what is that word you keep saying? Emoji, intention, emotion. Intention. I say intention. I think that's what you are asking. Yeah, I was saying that. Um, Thank you for holding that intention. I hope that I was clear. Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I think because of the accent, sometimes, yeah, it is difficult to understand what I'm saying. So yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Um, Irene says thank you again. Thank you for being here, Irene. And I hope to see you, come back in, my future lives. And I hope to see all of you coming back in those lives. So thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, for interacting with me, for pressing the hearts, and for just being in the space. Caitlin says this session was amazing, everyone. Yeah, thank you for being here, Caitlin. It was, and you guys make it that way. Brian says shukriya fir milenge. Wow, your Hindi is very good, Brian. So guys, Brian is saying thank you and we will meet again. Irene says, I don't schedule, but I will surely see you again if you keep doing lives. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep doing these lives. I'm doing these currently on alternative days. So that's okay if you don't want to schedule. And I'm hoping that, universe will bring you my way soon. Okay, guys. So that's it for this live. Thank you for being here and namaste.